What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my episodic review of MythCraft, the podcast. We are on episode 19. A lot of stuff happened this episode, so let's get right into it. We start off with the group meeting with General Toval. The mission is a go. We are starting the mission. All right, so they're going to teleport Brick, two other sorcerers, and the gang are going to all teleport to the outskirts of Roshallan. That's where they'll be in front of a house. Their fake identities will be waiting for them. They will have a secret code to talk to each other, or for the spies to know who they are. Somewhere in the conversation, somebody will say, gold or shine. I forgot. See, I would have made an awful spy. Somebody will say, I think gold. And then, no, somebody says shine, and then you respond with gold. Yeah, I would have, no. I couldn't have been sent on that mission. But somebody says shine, and you say gold. You work that into the sentence some kind of way. The conversation of how they going to get out got brought up. Brick has a backup plan because Brick is familiar with Roshallan and all this secret stuff and blah, blah, blah. So Brick will have them an escape plan ready if needed. So at that point, they open the portal, they head in, and they are at the house because the portal was like right at the house. So they grab their fake papers, they get their fake identities and their locations, and then they head off to Roshallan. Well, they did tell them, they gave them one of the sorcerers gave them something called crane paper. It's enhanced crane paper. He was telling them that if you use this, instead of flying towards where it needs to go, it just magically teleports to wherever it needs to go, and it will inform them that they are in trouble and they need to get out. So these wizards in Brick will run into Roshallan, save them, and then get out. But they don't want to do that because nobody has started an act of violence yet, and they don't want to be the first ones to do that, which is a good reason. I do want to say, man, Kyle, his regular speaking voice is pretty calm, pretty I don't know, just regular. But he can do some voices. Kyle can do some really good voices. I'm surprised every time he does General Toval and Brick. Those are like the main voices that surprise me. And then he's pretty good at basic accents. I don't want to say basic because that sounds rude, but there's a lot of accents. I mean, I can't do accents. I can do an African accent, and that's about it. But he surprised me a lot. So they head into Roshallan. They start seeing the town and how the citizens act with all the guards and stuff. So it's not a. It doesn't sound like it doesn't feel like a bad relationship, like the guards kind of rule with an iron fist. It just seems like a respect kind of situation. Like some people are waving at the guards and, stuff like that. So the town doesn't seem like it hates its dictator. So if anything, that's a good thing. Once they get to the location of where they're supposed to check in, there's a doorman checking the papers of everybody, and he checks everybody's paper, and then once he gets to Keres, it becomes a little suspicious there, but they're able to talk their way through it. Then we get to Rumpaflorp, and he gets found out a little bit. Sometimes I read into situations too much, and I'm just like, man, Cody sounds real annoyed there. And it's like, I don't know if it's because how he created the character. Sometimes you create a character, and you're like, people are taking this character worse than what I meant it to sound like. Like, you'll create a character that's supposed to be shy, and then everybody just thinks like, you're a baby or whatever, and then it's just like, that's not how I wanted my character to be taken. And anyway, that's how I think that Cody tried to, like, Rumpaflorp became the, oh no, don't let him do anything kind of the group, and Cody didn't like that. And this is me reading into the situation too much. But I don't know. Cody laughs off a lot of things, and he makes a lot of jokes. So I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it in the moment. Whatever. But you could feel like Cody was just like, I don't know, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, it's a bad roll. It's a bad roll. But this is, and I don't know what Kyle has prepared. It seems like he always has backup plans for his backup plans. But I feel like these are the checks that the DM asks for and not prepared for people to fail at. And I don't know if Kyle wasn't prepared for them to fail at, but I feel like, because when Rumpaflorp failed at this check, to get into the city and get the plan underway, it was just like, anybody want to help him? Anybody has any ideas how to help him? Or so it was just like, well, I guess Rumpaflorp would have been thrown in prison with everybody else, and then it would have just turned into also break Rumpaflorp out. But then Cody would have had 2 people in prison, and then I don't know if that would have been fun for him. But I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Sometimes like DMs get check heavy, and then they ask for checks, and then somebody fails it, and it's just like, oh, I wasn't expecting anybody to fail that. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure Kyle had a backup plan, but it did seem like, this, we just got here and we're already about to mess this up. But Thistle ends up helping Rumpaflorp out of this, and they talk their way out of it. They get information on their jobs and what they're supposed to be doing, and they head to their post. The group kind of splits up here. They end up finding another guard and get information from them, like what's going on, who to talk to. And I don't remember this scene. I almost I remember them going into Roshallan and getting checked, but I don't remember them getting all the information that they got. And I'm like, did they go back and edit this? Did they go back and re-edit this? Is my memory just that bad? But the guard tells them about, I think, Hildegard, Harlow, and just be careful. And then they run into, I think, Lucian and Tolman run into Sergeant Maximos, and I think they told them that Sergeant Maximos was supposed to be helping them, but they never brought anything up or said the keyword or nothing. So he was just like, "Hey, get to your post, blah blah." You can. They get a little bit of information from Sergeant Maximos. And then Thistle. This is the part I really don't remember happening right off. And then if they edited it, there's no way for me to go back and check it. But Thistle finds a book. Named Telavay, and it's Roger's second character. Just a book. I think it grows legs and arms at one point. The book tells them to find a keteck that will help them. Keteck is a guard, and the guard is another spy, and I think that's where we learned that. Do we know? But anyway, the book tells them to find a keteck, and the keteck guard will help them complete their mission. Thistle runs off to tell everybody what just happened, and the book doesn't respond, and that's where the episode ends. I don't remember the first go around the book and them getting information about Harlow, and well, I guess so, because they didn't talk about Thorn or the Dark Singer or anybody like that. So yeah, that probably happened. I just forgot about it. But solid episode. The mission is a go. We're starting. It's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I like this episode. It's lining everything up for everything to happen. Like I said, my personal opinion, I think. Those were respectable roles, but I just felt like there was roles of hey, not prepared for or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go ask him in the Discord tomorrow. Like, hey, what were you gonna do if Rumpaflorp couldn't pass that check? But I do think some DMs is like, give me a roll, because they like get excited that the dice are telling the story, but then you get to that one roll and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do here. So, But anyway, jump into their Discord, talk to them, ask Kyle yourself what you think about the campaign. They're all friendly. Like, share, subscribe, comment, everything above on the YouTube channel. Tell me what you want to see next. You guys have a lovely day. Bye. And also, thanks for tuning in to Miles TV.